What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, it's been about a week since the Sean P. Diddy Combs house raids have went down. I've done a couple of videos about it, and I said I wasn't going to mess with it no more. But I seen something, well, I thought about something last night, and I figured I would do a video about the situation. Now, we all know what the situation is. A bunch of allegations against the man, which I believe some of them are true. I also believe a lot of people are using this as a point to jump up and put their face out there and say they had some type of ties, whether it's positive or negative, with this man to get themselves in the spotlight, which I think is messed up. But I mean, it is what it is. When you at the top of the mountain, regardless of people, if people like you or not, there are always people ready to take chips off of your arm, take chips off of you to make a name for themselves. Now, I want to show you a video I just seen where it's talking about what he's resurfaced. He's been on social media. He's doing what he does. What did he do? And in this video, I had a couple of things in it that I wanted to talk about. And the real reason I was doing this video, I also want to bring that up too. So take a look real quick and we'll be back.
Joining me now, host of Takedown with Chris Hansen, Chris Hansen. So now we have two people come out saying that Diddy was talking to the feds. Do you think that's true?
Whether it's true or not, and he might have been cooperative in some way, shape, or form, you don't get away with human trafficking unless you give up John Gotti or something like that. And that's not what happened here. I can tell you, Jesse, that this investigation has been going on for a long time, very closely held by HSI, so much so that even some of the agents on the raid a week ago today didn't know whose house they were raiding until they got there. That's how closely held this investigation.
Wow, because there could have been a tip.
Absolutely.
And there are allegations that he was paying law enforcement through his chief of security, which also happened to be Michael Jackson's chief of security.
I don't know if I buy into that. You know, people in Diddy's situation like to have those involved in law enforcement close to them. But that doesn't mean they're taking payoffs. That doesn't mean they're doing big favors. They like that closeness. It's just like how Diddy was able to court Diageo or Estee Lauder. He was very successful in doing that, and that made him a lot of money and gave him credibility outside the hip-hop rap world. And that's what he was trying to do here, a lot like what Epstein did with very powerful political and business figures.
And if you look at this report in the New York Post, you see it's a constellation of billionaires he's involved with.
Very similar to what Epstein was doing. And, you know, these guys get drunk with power, allegedly. You know, Diddy has said that these allegations are false, but they get drunk with power, and all of a sudden they lose their balance and what's right and what's wrong. And they're insulated, and they've got everybody telling them they're great. And all of a sudden, these civil suits come out. And the feds watch this. That's what happened with R. Kelly. It started with civil suits. Then HSI got involved, and they're the lead agency for human trafficking.
These civil suits are just like a silver platter for the feds.
Very helpful, very helpful.
Take these guys down. All right, well, we'll see how this plays out. Chris Hansen, Takedown with Chris Hansen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jesse.
Guys, that's the article I wanted you to see. And earlier last week, when we were talking about this, one of the videos I did, I had talked about the situation of how I honestly believed that, yeah, they're using the trafficking, that got them in the house. They got them the warrant to go in the house. But I think a part of that plays with the feds are using different avenues to try to come and get a conviction with this man. Because, you know, you've got the trafficking stuff. Now, Diddy got long money, and he can drag things out in court. You've seen that if you've been keeping up with this story. All of these civil suits, a lot of people are coming out. People are saying stuff. It's not saying that the trafficking thing is not the main thing, or it's not serious. But if they can put some type of drug charges on this guy, they got a better chance of some type of conviction of keeping him in jail if he does go to jail. Now, there's another video out here, and you guys have seen it. He's on social media. He's lounging somewhere with his shirt off, with his gold on. He's on the phone. He's dancing on camera. He acting like he don't care. Us as common folk may not understand that. A lot of people be sweating bullets. I would be for one if this type of accusations was brought against me and people out there saying it out of their mouth, saying he did some unsavory things with other, entertainers and other people, actors, people's names are connected with him. Right now, this guy is considered bad dope. Don't nobody want to deal with him. They want to back off from him. You see, Ashton Kutcher, supposedly a good friend to him. He like, yo, I hope this don't affect me and my relationship, with Diddy, because nobody wants to be associated with this. Right now, as of present time, 24 companies have cut ties with this man. And rightly so. Nobody or no company wants to be associated with anything dealing with anything sexual or anything demeaning towards other people, like sex trafficking. Now, the drug stuff, people will pull away from that too. But like when you put the sexual assault and all of that type of stuff in it, people will run from you like the plague. This guy right here is a mega star, whether you want to agree with it or not. He's an entertainer, and they deal with entertainers a certain way when they say, like Chris Hansen said, these people be power hungry. I said that in the videos. And they feel as though they're above the law, and they do some of the most craziest things. If they can strip anything, they'll strip your reputation. And I think that's why he's on social media right now. He got to say something. He got to do something, because nobody likes nobody talking about him. No matter how much money or how bulletproof they are, they still, it still bothers them. This guy makes money off of being in the public. So he can't hold his head low, because the quieter he is, the worse it gets. The more these rumors spread, the more people come out and say, he did this, he did that. This happened a week ago. You ain't heard nothing else about it. Everything been really quiet on the home front of, the crime part of it. No warrant has been issued or nothing. They got to proceed with a certain way with dealing with him because of the money he has. A lot of y'all won't believe, ain't believing that, but it's true. Money is freedom. It also gives you time. A lot of stuff us common folk don't have. As far as we can't buy time, he can buy time. He can also pay people off. You heard what Chris Hansen said. Same thing with R. Kelly. They came with the civil suits first. And the civil suits came, then Homeland Security came right behind them. It's the same pattern they setting up with him. You know what I'm saying? Your boy, R. Kelly, they was talking crazy about him for the longest time, for years. And then all of a sudden, boom, they just dropped this thing on him. But they built the case big enough. Well, they got the right witness or the right person to come forward and say, yeah, he did this, he did that. Same thing here. May not be nothing in the next few months or whatever. But once you're on a radar, man, they see you. If anything, his career and his reputation is ruined because there was always hearsay and all this other stuff about him. Now it's like once they raided his house, and everybody knew this. Now, all of a sudden, everybody got a story. And you're going to start hearing more stories. I told you, I said last week, it's the tip of the iceberg. Even if he don't go to jail, he'll probably wish he was by the time they get done with him, because he's going to be kicking out so much money. His reputation, don't nobody want to mess with him. And I'm telling you, when they have wild allegations about you such as this, even if it's cleared up, the people that dealt with you, like these companies that cut ties, they're still not going to want to mess with you. They don't look at it as worth it, because you got to understand something. When an endorsement or a company recruits you, they think you're good for business. Just being around him or knowing him right now is what? Bad for business. Justin Bieber, I hope they don't pull me in the Diddy investigation, because now all of these, you notice now on video, all of these videos are coming up now of stuff he said in acting gigs. Like when he made cameos, they're like, oh, I wonder if that's how he really was saying. Because he did say something that seemed kind of fruity or whatever, how people are saying it now. This is bad. This is a bad look for him. You know, like I voiced my opinion about, hey man, like I honestly think he knew that the feds was coming. They talking about, oh, he paid people off. Rich people do that, especially when they out there trying to get by and do unscrupulous stuff. I believe that. I believe he knew. I'm sure he did. I'm very sure he did. This dude right here come off to me like somebody that can't see himself in jail would be an utter failure or embarrassment. I had mentioned before, and some people came down on me in the comment section where I said, this guy right here take his life before you go to jail. You can't. You can't. He don't see himself in there like that. He don't. Did he come off to me like, you know, and it's just my opinion, he come off to me like a dude that feel like he untouchable. And, you know, feds and other agencies see that. And, you know, he has and this is another thing, ace card he hold. This guy has gotten good with a lot of influential people in America. I think he's a billionaire. I think they said Diddy was a billionaire. If you're a billionaire and you got billionaire status, you got billionaire privilege. Don't matter what color you are. And that's the thing. When you got money and you get up there like that, it can go either way. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. His reputation is what will destroy him. The reputation he has, they'll attack his reputation, and his money will just fall off of him like soap in the shower. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.